MMOs. The unpredictable genre. It's been an interesting few years for this genre. We've had some good, some bad, but overall MMOs are in a tough spot when it comes to the new ones. We haven't had a lot of developers even try to pursue creating games like this because they could easily just pursue the mobile goldmine instead and not have to deal with the development, the people, and the issues. But it's not all bad. Despite the silence we've experienced, aside from classic experiences from popular games and a few decent titles, this year in particular we've had a lot of MMOs show up out of nowhere and get announced. Most of which plan to release in 2020, so let's hope at the very least we see some success for next year. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Kicking it off with Defend the Night, a modern, dark fantasy MMORPG currently in development by Ninja Loot Games. This is one that I've been very curious about alongside Seconds from Silence and Reign of Guilds. Sandbox MMOs are one thing, they allow you to experience all the fantasies that theme parks never really go into. That's why I'm very hopeful for crowdfunded ones just like Chronicles of Elyria and Pantheon and others. But in these games' cases, I would put them in a different category altogether. I think it could serve to be a new version of the old classic MMORPG experiences, and Defend the Night seems like that one that's just aiming to deliver that and more. Back in June, they brought in level designer Pi to showcase the new dungeon designs. Sane and Brig also graced the game by joining the team. And over the past few months, Defend the Night has been conducting testing phases across the board with small test groups to ensure that most of the functions are working in-game. They've showcased a bit of their wizard footage, and in it we get to see some of the ultimate power of the wizard, with multiple elements including fire and frost. One thing I have to recommend is following their Twitter as well, because that's where the team shows some of the more behind the scenes extras. Whether it's new footage or talked about progress, I'll leave a link in the description below for you. Ember Sword has also been giving us several pieces of news via their insider email, which I want to state by saying you 100% need to join if you're interested in this game. It's another upcoming MMORPG release with a modern take as a sandbox. We've already started getting plenty of details for the world of Ember Sword and its systems. One of the first things that's talked about in their August Insider update is the PvP and PvE systems, to which they say that Ember Sword is rich in both. Outlaw zones, for instance, are free-for-all player versus player and environment zones, where you travel to collect resources, play high-level monsters, and fight other players. They follow that up by describing Ember Sword as a classless game. You're never bound to a single weapon or playstyle in one such as this. Want to use a bow for an hour and then switch to sword and shield the next? You can. In the September update, they have given us a few exclusive images that showcase some of the Solarwood architecture. One thing I've always liked about Ember is the unique art style it provides, which I'm sure is going to do the beauty of the world a lot of justice. This is just another one that I cannot wait to see come to its full glory. If you haven't already, I would like to say again, I would highly recommend joining that insider program. The team is on their way to get 100k subscribers to their newsletter, and it seems like a goal worth accomplishing for this type of game. Past Fate also brings us some news about its progress. Another gritty take on the MMO sandbox genre, just like Reign of Guilds and Defend the Night. And this one has a new gameplay trailer dropping in the near future alongside its Kickstarter for early access. And so we shall all have to keep an eye on this one. Stay tuned for it for sure. Kingdom Under Fire 2 is also approaching its November release, and the pre-order packages are still open wide for the launch day. We haven't received a whole lot of news about this title, and that is more than likely due to them being hard at work preparing it to jump on the market, but as we already know, it will be published by Gameforge and arrive on PC. However, it appears that in a recent interview they revealed that they would be looking to bring the game to other platforms, alongside stating that they will be working to perfect Kingdom Under Fire 2, alongside developing additional content to follow after the launch. This will probably end up being a game that I play into the later part of December. I've been waiting for a game to bring MMO, action, and RTS genres all together. For years, Kingdom Under Fire 2 has fit the bill, and it's time to get our Joan of Arc on. And just when we thought there couldn't be any more upcoming sandboxes, a game like Profane decides to join the fray. A medieval world with elements of RPG fantasy. In it, you are free to explore and make your own decisions. Experience things like combat, crafting, employing combat strategy and open world PvP with full loot, and territory conquest. Your house also does play an important role in the world, however, including helping us as adventurers to stock up on resources and store our craft tools. These are also protectable with flags to prevent raiding. This one seems to already be doing testing phases from time to time, so anytime we get the opportunity to sign up, sounds like we should give it a try. And before we wrap up for the day, we do have some news in terms of delays, specifically Astaria Online and Last Oasis. Astaria is one like the others, plans to offer a Sandbox experience. This one also does happen to be releasing on Steam. However, after a few updates of the game being pushed back, it looks like we'll actually be experiencing another one to try and further improve the client. Last Oasis was planning to come out in October as well, but has since been pushed back to 2020, and both of these games serve as ones that would provide a nice twist on the genre. And finally, Hunter's Arena Legends is jumping into its testing phase today. The signups are over, and today and tomorrow for 3 hours it appears we'll get the opportunity to test out this Battle Royale MMO hybrid. The graphics of it look amazing, and the combat seems to be like a really enjoyable version of a Wushu or Wuxia based title. Now if they open the floor to video and streaming, that's a title I'd love to cover. But for now, that's all the details we have regarding some of the non-crowdfunded MMO news. Thank you all very much for joining, and be sure to slice that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you for the next one. Farewell.